Hi, Sulesh. I think we are live. So, welcome to another episode of Bat Balla, and it's gonna be the IPL fever from today onwards for the next
Yeah.
couple of months. Uh, really excited about it. So, we have got our first game tonight rather. Defending champions KKR versus Sulesh's favorite RCB.
RCB.
So, what are your initial thoughts, Sulesh?
No. Yeah, I mean, see, let's discuss how these two teams are coming up to the tournament, right? I think obviously KKR are the winners, right? They're defending champions. The fact that they managed to retain that core of Sunil Narine, Andre Russell, Venkatesh Iyer. That core is there with KKR, Rinku Singh. It's that KKR core is there. So I think KKR is coming into this tournament very strong. RCB, as an RCB fan, what I would like to say is that, I mean, for the first time, I see a very balanced RCB squad. Uh, Again, RCB, the problem has always been that when they start the tournament very slow and they take
Yeah.
time in figuring out their 11, the combination. I hope this time that doesn't happen. I hope that the combination is sorted early itself. If that's the case, then RCB is coming into this match very, very strong.
No, that's a valid point, Sulesh. Because no, just before the start of the episode, and even after the auction, when we were doing the squad analysis, and we realized that this time they are not really. Normally, they're like really batting heavy, right? And their bowling is sort of dependent on one or two people. But this time, their
Yeah,
bowling is looking really balanced. They've got a couple of good fast bowlers in Bhuvaneshwar Kumar and Hazelwood. Then Angini is also there in case something goes wrong or Hazelwood is not in form or they want to play an additional teamer. Then they've got Suyash Sharma, Krunal Pandya,
yeah,
genuine wicket taking options in the middle over, and batting is always good. They've got power hitting in the middle order. They've got the balance of Kohli. They've got someone like Patikal. So I think the squad is looking fairly balanced. On the other
yeah,
side, I think with KKR, I know they are the defending champions, but a couple of their key, players are not key players who played a part in the last season. The likes of Mitchell Stark, who was absolutely brilliant in the fag end of the tournament in the knockouts. Then the captaincy itself has changed. There is
yeah,
no shade.
yeah.
So that's a big miss. I know Rahane is a good captain and he's done a lot of good things with India. And but I think Rahane as an IPL captain is still a question mark for me. I mean,
It is.
he's a very
Yeah,
smart guy, but again, uh, uh, so I think that's where they might, although they have the core retained in the likes of Narayan, Chakravarti, Russell, Venkatesh Iyer, all those guys are still there. But I
yeah.
think there's something you feel that they might be missing as compared to the last season.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, let's that's a good headway for us to look into the squads as well, right? Let's start off with the RCB squad. I think what from what we are seeing, I think very similar to what we discussed initially itself when the teams were announced and the auction was done. We had prepared 11, and looks like it's mostly going to be around that 11 itself,
Yeah.
barring a few changes. I mean, we had discussed Virat Kohli as captain. That's now Rajat Patidar. I think most people would have done that. Most people would have assumed that Kohli is the captain. But otherwise, it looks like a very solid order, right? Kohli and Phil Salt opening, obviously, for sure.
Yeah.
And the middle order is something which I think Bethel is probably injured. He's not playing the first few matches. But Patidar at 3, you see Patidar at 3, or do you see him coming down his usual spot at 4?
No, I think again it depends. If they, so for example, I'm personally keeping Padikal as an impact sub. If in case
Yeah,
they are batting second, then
but
there might be possibility of someone like Padikal coming at number three, because Padikal is someone who
hmm,
can give you that stability in the middle order. But
yeah,
again, it depends. If this, especially on the KKR wicket, usually you see the KKR is not a flat deck. The Kolkata wicket, Eden wicket is not a flat deck. Usually, there's something
yeah,
for the bowlers. So maybe you might see a case for Patikal at three, but again that depends on the toss and everything, right? But yeah, there is a possibility that Patikal at three or Patidar at four. But again, you might see Patidar coming at three as well, with the likes of Livingstone and now Tim David, or maybe one of Tim David or Ravi Shepherd coming at five or six. So that could
yeah,
be the possibility.
yeah. No, you're right. I mean, I think in the practice matches, and they had a competition, six-sitting competition. Romare Shepherd came first in that competition, so I think there are a lot of what do you call hopes for Romare Shepherd. So maybe Romare Shepherd over Tim David. He also gives that bowling option, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that could
yeah.
come in.
And I
I
think
think
on
it'll be up. Yeah. No, please go
yeah,
ahead. Yeah.
I think on that Eden wicket, someone like a Shepherd can come in handy, in the middle
Could
overs.
could come in handy. Yeah, you're right. So I think it'll be Patidar, Livingston, Tim David slash Romare Shepherd, Jitesh, maybe Jitesh ahead of them, and Tim David or Romare Shepherd towards the
Yeah.
finishing role. And then you
Yes.
obviously have Krunal Pandya also. and that he gives the left-handed option as well. I think it's a very solid batting lineup. Let's get into the bowlers. I'm pretty sure Bhuvneshwar Kumar and Josh Hazlewood will be opening the attack. Maybe Yash Dayal
Yes.
will be one down, is what I feel. Or they could use Josh Hazlewood as a what do you call middle order enforcer as well. Uh, Spinners, what do you think? Suyash Sharma will play, or do you think they'll go with Rafiq Salam?
No, I think definitely there is a case for Suyesh Sharma because Suyesh has been the part of KKR for the last couple of
Yeah,
seasons and he has done well
yeah,
and well at Eden. And knowing the Eden wicket, there will be something for the spinners, right? So there is
yeah,
a solid case of having Suyesh Sharma in the 11. Who's the as the lead spinner of the side. Then obviously there is Kunal Pandya and you could get in a couple of overs from Livingstone as well if the
yeah.
wicket is like that, right. But I definitely see a case for Suyesh Sharma starting, being the leader of that spin attack.
Correct. Yeah. So Suyash, Josh, Yash Dayal, and Bhuvneshwar Kumar will be the four bowlers, and the possible all-rounders will be Kunal Pandya and maybe Ramare Shepard will be the bowling option. The subs should be either Rasik or Patidal based on who's batting first.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
that looks like a solid lineup to be honest, Suresh.
No,
On
looks
the
like a
other
good
side,
yeah
yeah,
lineup.
looks
Yeah,
like a good. I know we were a little. It felt a little weird during the auctions when they did not go for the likes of Rishabh Pant and Shreyas Iyer and all those players. They did not
yeah.
retain Will Jacks as well.
Will Jack.
So that was definitely a surprise. I still feel that they should have retained Will Jacks.
Yeah, I
But
agree.
again, that's why I think it's looking a very balanced, very unlike RCB squad. It's more like a CSK and Mumbai squad this time.
I'm happy to hear that. Yeah,
All
no,
right,
no, no,
let's.
that's a good. Yeah, that's a good segue for us to start to KKR as well, right? I mean, very. I think they won't be changing much in the opening. It'll be Sunil Narine and Quinton de Kock. Quinton
Yeah.
de Kock or Gurbakh? I think de Kock first preference.
Yeah, I think they will go for Decock because the experience which Decock brings on the table.
Yeah,
Uh, he has been really successful as an IPL player over the last decade or so. I think
yeah,
I think they should start with Decock.
correct. Yeah, and then I think the captain should come down one down. Ajinkya Rahane. He'll give that
Yeah,
solidarity in the middle order as well. And Venkatesh Iyer has been doing a great job at number 4. That's one of the reasons why they won the IPL as well last time. Then I think the explosive middle order, right? I think Rinku Singh and Andre Russell definitely slot themselves in.
yep.
Ramandeep Singh, you think he's going to be the all rounder for them?
I think he played a good part in the last season as well. Playing that
Yeah,
finisher's job. I know Rinku and Russell are there, who has been the prime focus in the middle and lower middle order for KKR. But I think Ramandeep Singh has done a tremendous job in the last season, and I definitely see a case for him being in the side. In the somewhere at 6 or 7, maybe at 6.
and what a gun fielder, right? I mean, you put him
Yeah,
anywhere in the outfield
yeah. He's a gun fielder and he can give you those couple of overs as well.
as
He's a
well. Yeah,
potential Indian player as well in the T20 format. So I
yeah,
think he's definitely gonna be there in the playing
yeah.
11.
Correct. So that pretty much rounds up our batting lineup. Let's go to the bowlers. I think what we had discussed was Harshit Rana, Andrik Nokia, Varun Chakravarti, obviously. So I think Harshit Rana and Andrik Nokia will be the pacers. And we'll
Yeah.
have Varun and Markande. You think Markande will play the up? Or again, it depends upon the pitch, right? Maybe they may go for a Vaibhav
Yeah.
Arora if they feel that it's a more bowling friendly, it's a more pace friendly pitch.
Yep. I think they will. So I'm assuming that all these guys are fit, right? Nokia and everyone.
Yeah, you know,
So they
Nokia I think is fit. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So because see, Harshit and Andre Norkia they can start the attack for them, and then they've
yeah.
got Andre as well, who has been a genuine
Correct.
middle order enforcer
Yeah,
for these guys, and
yeah,
Ramandeep Singh as well. According to me, I think they will go for say someone like a Markande because they had a great time. Suyesh had a great time with them in the last season. So I know Narayan and Varun Chakravarti are world class bowlers, but again,
yeah.
someone like a Markande could give that variety to that spin department. And as we know that KKR is one of KKR and CSK are the two sides in the IPL in the tournament who really bank on their spin department, right?
Correct. Yeah,
So
yeah.
I definitely see a case for Markande being in the squad ahead of someone like a Vaibhav Arora.
Got it. And a lot of talks about Amrish as well, right? They have backed him. They
So
see a good
Ankrish,
potential for him.
yeah, I think he had a great last season. Especially
Yeah,
early on in the first half of the season, he was there at number 3. Playing those crucial knocks. Getting
correct.
the momentum towards KKR. In case Narayan fell early,
Yeah,
falls early rather, then I think someone like an Ankrish could be a really game changer for them. and I think I'll definitely use him as an impact sub, over here.
Yeah.
So
So it'll
definitely
be
a
like
place.
yeah, I agree, agree. I mean, he's been crucial for them, and they've invested in the youngster, and
Yeah,
they want to back him and continue backing him. I think so. I think Angrish, Weber, or Markande, depending upon the condition. But I think those could be the impact sub, is what I feel, depending upon who's batting first. And yeah, and you think due? I mean, I know they have the new rule for the due, right? The fact that
yeah,
the two balls will be used from the 11th over onwards. A new ball will come in. But again, KKR has been a pitch that you has been a big factor. Maybe this
yeah.
rule could come in at one of the first games where this rule could be a changing factor.
Yes, yes. I think that first of all, I think that's a brilliant rule.
Yeah,
Over the last few seasons, we have seen there have been a lot of crucial games. Where team batting first or team batting second have really got the advantage of due, right? So that's a
yeah,
brilliant move of trying to sort of nullify this particular thing. And the only part is the gray area is there. It's like subjective to umpire's discretion, right? So that is where I think I see a potential controversy as well. As we see, there are certain teams who tend to get benefit of the
new
some sort
ball.
of umpiring. So I think that's a potential gray area, and I hope that comes out well for the teams. Otherwise, it's a brilliant move to have a new ball, this thing of concept, so that you can nullify the effect of or the impact of due as much as possible. Because otherwise, like win the toss and win the game kind of situation, especially at certain venues like Eden and all, where Wankhede also, where the dew plays a
Yeah,
really heavy role in deciding the fate.
correct. No, let's. I mean, since you discussed that part, let's also discuss potential matchups, right? I think one big matchup which we saw played out recently is Varun Chakravarti versus the English batsman, and that could
Yeah,
play out today also.
yes, I think that's a very important point. Varun at especially at Eden, where he'll get the wicket, kind of wicket, it will really suit his style. And then that's where could be a possibility of playing someone like a Shepherd instead of Tim David. I know he's an Australian, but he plays like an Englishman as well, right? And again, someone
Yeah,
like a Livingstone might really struggle big time against Varun. And he has had his own struggles over the past couple of months against Varun
yeah,
Chakravarti when England toured here. So that
correct.
definitely is a big question mark for. Do you see maybe I don't know, maybe RCB might consider playing Tim David ahead of Livingston just because of this matchup?
That could be a possibility. Yeah. The only thing that's favoring Livingstone is the fact that he can bowl those 1 or 2 overs of spin. That is the only thing that's favoring him. But otherwise, yeah, I mean, he's been a buddy for Varun Chakravarti. He's not been able to read it at all this the series in India as well as the Champions Trophy. But no, it didn't play, I think. But yeah, but otherwise, I think it'll be difficult for England and Livingston to. English players generally have struggled against him. So I don't think it'll be easy. Yeah.
Yeah. Even Tim David, I'm not too sure how will he pick Varun. So I think he's gonna be the game changer, the X factor for KKR. I know it's a very heavy lineup for KKR, but again, the
Yeah.
other match which I'm particularly excited about is Bhuvaneshwar and Josh Hazelwood versus Sunil Narine, top of the order. Narine has
Exactly.
been
Exactly.
setting
Yeah.
the yeah setting the tone for KKR. But I think there have been a couple of bowlers who are like someone like a Bhuvaneshwar can be really critical over here because he's got the experience, he has got the variations, bowling those knuckle balls early on. If he can move the
Yeah.
ball both bowling that right areas, right length, I think that's going to be crucial. So I'm really looking forward to that matchup as well. Because if
No, I agree.
Narayan plays through the power play, it's going to be really difficult
It's
for
done.
RCB to come back.
The match is done, yeah. And to be frank, because I'm an RCB fan, right? He always does well against RCB.
Yeah.
Narayan experiment always works against RCB, and it's because I mean primarily because nature Chinnaswamy pitch. It's a very flat pitch, right? So the bounce is very predictable, and then Narayan just works on the bounce, right? He works on the length. Once he gets the length, then it's very difficult to launch Narayan out. So guys who can swing it around, guys who can bowl that what do you call that particular changing the lengths, guys like Hazelwood and Will and Bhuvneshwar Kumar will come into the picture. Otherwise, if you bowl the same length and line and the pace, then Narayan would wank you. That's it. There's no
Uh,
doubt about it.
I know. I mean, even in the Eden wicket where they're going to play tonight, it's not going to be any different for him. He's going to swing hard, right? That is where
Yeah,
the smartness of the bowler. And I am banking someone like Bhuvi to get Narayan early today in the game. So that's one of the matches
yeah.
which I'm looking for.
Yeah, and then another matchup, or not a matchup maybe, but yeah, the return of the KKR boys to KKR, right? Phil Salt and Suyash Sharma. I mean, Phil Salt has been one of the tremendous players for KKR the last few years, and the fact that one of the big architects of the win as well, those early starts, and he's coming back against KKR now. I mean, and Suyash also played. I mean, though I know it's been Varun Chakravarti and Sunil Narine the main guys, but Suyash was a surprise, right? I mean, everybody is surprised. Okay, who's this new bowler KKR has got? And he bowled
Yeah.
well against RCB as well in the last time they played. So these guys will want to prove, have a point to prove against their old team. Is what I feel.
I think fair point. Fair point. It's gonna be a good battle, over there. Uh,
Yeah.
okay, let's come to the predictions. Who would be your top three picks or top four picks from your end who's gonna make an impact today? Let's pick your captain and vice captain. Let's talk about some fantasy game where you have to make the team. So let's talk about your top two picks. Who's gonna be your captain from? Obviously, you have to make a mix 11, and
Yeah,
instead
yeah.
of the
No,
entire 11, let's pick a captain and vice captain for the game.
yeah. I typically go with Sunil Narine, right? Because you know that if he clicks, it goes 60, 70 quick runs, and that's going to give you a lot of points. And you know that he will get those wickets. So as a captain, if you want to back a particular all-rounder, it's always going to be Sunil Narine. So I would prefer Sunil Narine as a captain. As a vice captain, again, in Dream 11, or any other fantasy this thing where a lot of runs come in, you get lots of points. So Kohli is
Yeah.
always the consistent option. So I think Sunil Narine and Kohli, captain, vice captain, would be my choices.
Well, interesting, yeah. So actually, even I follow the same strategy. I don't really play that game, but for points from points point of view, right?
Yeah,
In someone like a Sunil, every time there's a KKR game, Sunil
yeah,
or Andre Russell, these two guys, one of these
and
guys
exactly.
come good, and
Yeah,
once they come, they go big, right? You know that. So
yeah,
uh, for me, I think I'll probably also stick with Sunil Narine as the captain, and
mm,
maybe Andre Russell as the vice captain, because these are the guys who will definitely gonna ball their full quota of overs, 4 overs.
yeah,
Definitely, Narayan is gonna
yeah,
do that.
yeah.
And even from the batting point of view, if Narayan does not fire at top of the order, then someone like a Russell can really do the damage at the fag end of the inning, right? So for me,
Yeah.
Narayan and Russell are gonna be the two contenders.
And definitely Varun Chakravarti is going to be crucial. You know that he's
Yeah,
going
he's
to take
gonna be
those
crucial.
three wickets for sure, two,
I
three
mean,
wickets for sure.
you have to pick Varun Chakravarti. You have to pick Kohli.
Yeah.
Even likes of Bhuvaneshwar, who ends up picking a couple of
Yes.
wickets,
Yes.
more often than not. So going by that logic, I think Narayan, Kohli, Chakravarti,
Yes.
Russell, Bhuvaneshwar
Okay.
could be our top five picks for the game.
Yeah. And a keeper, I think among those two, I think go to Quinton de Kock. I would go to Quinton. Is what I feel.
Yeah, 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 because he's batting at top of the order, and the probability again of getting him more
Yeah.
balls and scoring more runs is higher as compared to Jitesh, who's likely to bat at 4 or 5.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool, man. Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Any final prediction is gonna win this one?
No, I see how my only thing is that fact that KKR is playing in Kolkata. It's pretty much a fortress. They play really well. They understand the conditions well. So and RCB always takes time to figure out a combination little early on. So I would give KKR the upper hand in this match just because of the fact that it's been played in Eden Gardens. Again, I heard rain is going to be a big factor. So I'm not sure how much of a match. Yesterday they had rain at Eden Gardens. So I don't know if it'll be a shortened match or not, or probably will we have a match also is a question people are asking. But otherwise, yeah, I think I'll give KKR the upper hand in this match.
There's some nothing which you can do about the rain. that's
Yeah,
that's gonna be a bummer, and that would be
yeah,
unfortunate. But I'm also sort of backing KKR purely basis on the combination which they have, especially with respect to their
yeah.
bowling. Uh, I think, especially on the Eden wicket, I think it's gonna suit them.
Very good stuff. Yeah,
And they've also got the power hitters in this squad. In case there is a shortened game like 12, 13 overs game, then also I think they've
mm,
got better resources to smack the bowling and also to sort of counter the opposition batters. So I'll also sort
yeah.
of give KKR the edge here, maybe uh, 70-30 to KKR.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would put 60-40 for RCB fan.
10 extra for being an RCB fan. I can
10
imagine.
extra for RCB fan. Yeah, great.
Cool, man. Let's looking forward to it. I
Yeah,
hope rain doesn't play a spoil sport. Let's look. Let's see what it goes. I hope the tournament starts with a bang, and
yeah.
we'll see you guys
And
tomorrow. Yeah.
yeah, we'll come with the preview for the next match as well. Yeah, sure.
Bye.
Yeah.
Thank you.